Hello, my friends. So we are looking at a website right now together. This is a website that will go out to you and your parents every week that has like the basic directions of what you're going to be doing this week in art, as well as your targets, and then a video. You can see right now I have video placeholder in there. That's because I'm currently making the video that you are watching. So by the time you're watching this, right here where it says video placeholder will be this video. So that's why that says that. I know it's a little confusing. It also says kindergarten at the top. Kindergarten, I started with kindergarten. It's the first website I've made. So if you're in fourth grade, yours would say fourth grade. If you're in third grade, yours would say third grade. But we're all kind of doing the same project this week, so it'll be okay. So like if you're in fourth grade, when you look at yours, it's going to say fourth grade, but then everything else is going to be the same. Okay, so I'm going to tell you your like general big overview of what you're going to do. So this week we're going to watch a YouTube video, this YouTube video that you're currently watching, where I'm going to guide you through creating a color wheel with found objects. And then we will together clean up our space. That's an important step. Just like in the art room, we put away everything before we leave. When you are at home, before art class ends, you have to clean up your space. That will make your parents happy, and that's how you can be a good student at home, is making sure that you clean up your space. That way you'll take care of your things better, and you'll know where they are next time when you need them, which is really important. Okay, so also on this website, you have kind of like your targets. So that's kind of a lot of it's what was just up here, but we can look. Okay, so today I will learn about the primary and secondary colors, learn about how the colors are arranged in a color wheel, find objects that represent primary and secondary colors. So what I mean by represent there, if that's not really a familiar word to you, is you're finding things that are red, yellow, blue, those are the primaries, green, orange, purple, those are the secondary colors. You're just finding things that are each color of the rainbow. We're going to arrange our objects so they make a color wheel, kind of like how these Legos are arranged. Take a photograph of our work. Again, if you don't know how to do that, if that's like stressful for you this week, don't worry about it too much. In the future, though, that might need to be part of your artwork because I will be giving you feedback and giving you grades this trimester. So to grade your work, to give you feedback on your work, I do need to see your work. Sometimes we'll return physical work, but sometimes it will just have to be a photograph. Like there would be no way for you to hand in to me an arranged, group of things. So for this kind of thing, it would have to be a photograph. And then we put away objects where they belong. So for full directions, you could click here and it would take you to my YouTube video, but also if you just scroll down, here you would find my YouTube video, you would click play, and this video. If you're like doing this while watching this video, you just did that and I just started playing. That's so weird. Okay guys, so we today together are going to make a found object color wheel. So what that's gonna look like, I'll insert a couple like pictures of some like examples that I saw on the internet. And then I'm gonna talk to you and guide you through you making one at home right now, today. So let's talk for just a second about the rainbow. So the rainbow is kind of like the spectrum of visual light that we as human people can see. So sometimes we see it like this, where they're like in a line. Sometimes we see it like this, where they're in a circle. So this is called the color wheel. You probably only are seeing 3 colors right now because there are only 3 colors up there right now. So I painted this before we started. So we see yellow, blue, and red. So those colors are called the primary colors. They're called the primary colors because you cannot make them from other colors. There's no 2 colors you can mix together and get blue. If you want blue, you gotta have blue. Green, on the other hand, you don't have to have green to use green. So if I pull out never, when you're at home, and if you have paint, never like hold it up vertically, but I'm gonna do that right now to show you. So before it drips, I have 3 colors. They are, it's actually dried a little bit, so I can probably hold it up. I have yellow, I have red, I have blue. If I have those 3 colors, it is dripping, how do I make green? So I'm gonna do it for you right now. So I would take my paintbrush, I would get some blue paint and some yellow paint, and I would kind of like mix them together. With yellow's kind of a weaker color. Usually you need more yellow than the other color. So I have green now because I mixed yellow and blue. So on my color wheel back here, my green paint that I have on my brush is gonna go between yellow and blue. So I have green now between my yellow and my blue. That's a secondary color. It's a secondary color because you used 2 other colors to make it. Okay, so my other secondary colors are purple. How do you make purple? If you're at home right now, do the like silly thing and talk back to your computer screen when I ask you questions. So I'm gonna say, how do you make purple? You're right. It is with red and blue. It's just like Blue's Clues. See, it's so fun. It's so fun, guys. You gotta just make the best of it. And if you make the best of it, it's gonna be fun. So I am mixing red and blue. I got purple. My purple's kind of dark. That's okay. When I paint with it, it'll look a little bit lighter than it does right now. There are 2 colors I used. I used red and blue, so it goes between red and blue. So how do I make orange? Remember, answer me at home. How do you make orange? No, that's not right. You don't use black and white to make orange. None of you would have said black and white. If you said red and yellow though, you are correct. You use red and yellow to make orange. So when I'm looking at my color wheel, where does my orange go on my color wheel? It's gonna go between the 2 colors that I just mixed. So it's gonna go between red and yellow. That's where it's gonna go. Okay, my friends, so for what you're gonna do at home today, so far you've just kind of been like watching me, which is not as much fun as doing things yourself. I do know that. So at home, what you are going to do right now is you are going to find something in your house that is each one of these colors on the color wheel. So something red, something orange, something yellow, something green, something blue, something purple. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. You should have 6 things, not one thing with each color on it. Like I couldn't be like, oh, here's my color wheel, all done. You wanna find 6 different things. So before you're like running away from your computer to go get things, things that are yours or things that are okay for you to touch. Don't go in your parents' room and find things. Don't go in your brother and sister's room and find things. I would suggest going into your bedroom, finding your things. So think about, before you stand up, think about what you're going to look for. You're going to look for something yellow, something red, something blue. They do not all have to be the same size object. They could be different sizes. They could be different objects. They don't all have to be like, if you're picking socks, you don't have to do 6 socks, but you might be like, oh, a red sock. Oh, I have a blue book. You know, it can be all different kinds of things. So something red, something yellow, something blue. Those ones were our primary colors. Something green, something purple. What's the last color that you need? I have green, red, purple, yellow, and blue. What else do you need? If you're thinking of orange, you are correct. I don't see an orange Lego, so I'm gonna have to pick something else. Okay, so what you need to do right now is pause the video, So if you go to like the bottom of the video, there's like 2 little lines that hit pause. If you're on a computer, you can just hit spacebar. If you cannot figure out how to pause this video, go find your mom, your dad, your older sister, brother, your babysitter, whoever's with you. Say, could you help me pause my YouTube video, please? So pause the video right now, go get your 6 things, and then come back, hit unpause when you have 6 things. Okay, hopefully you have come back with 6 things that you actually paused the video, you're actually doing it, not just sitting there and watching me. It's way more fun if you do it with me. Like, it'll be more fun. So I couldn't find an orange Lego. Okay, I found something orange. It's a magnet. I'd be curious to know if there's one color that's like harder for people to find. I'd also be curious to know if some of you have, most people have a favorite color. I'd be curious to know if some of you have a least favorite color. I do. Mine is yellow. Don't like yellow. It's too bright, it's too happy. Don't like it. My favorite color is purple or black. Okay, so we have our objects. They're in front of us, in our hands. If yours are not in your hands, pick them up, get them in front of you. If you have, I would also say that, I mean, hopefully you've already gone and found your objects, but try not to pick anything too big. Try and pick things that you can pick up. Hopefully that was kind of common sense. Okay, so now I have my 6 objects. I am going to flip my camera around so you can see my hands and not my face anymore, because that'll be a little bit easier for us. Okay, so in front of you on your table, what I have is I have a color wheel just for us to look at while we're working. And if you have like a piece of paper, you could get a piece of paper and draw a circle on it. Or you could just find something round. Something like a plate will work. Or if you're just like good enough with like visual awareness to like imagine putting objects in a circle, that will work fine as well. Okay, so I'm gonna first put out my primary colors. So my primary colors were what now? Blue, red, and yellow. So I have my primary colors on my color wheel. So now so put those objects out just like this. So you have, so if you're not using something to help you make a circle, you have something yellow, something red, something yellow, something blue. And you have an empty space in the middle. For me, I like putting my objects around something. Okay, so now I have my purple thing. Where does my purple thing go? What 2 colors did I use to make purple when I was mixing it with paint? If you know, you can put your object down. If you don't know, let's look at our color wheel. So purple, or they're calling it violet. So purple is between red and blue. They also have the tertiary colors on there. Just don't worry about those ones. Right now we're looking at the squares of color. So we have red, we have blue, in between is purple or violet. So here, I'm finding red, I'm finding blue. I just reversed that. I'm finding red, I'm finding blue. My purple thing goes in between them. Okay, now I have my non-Lego. I have my orange thing. So if you know where orange goes, you can just put it on down. If you don't know where it goes, I find orange, it's between red, it's between yellow. Okay, so it's gonna go right here. Is that correct? When I mix blue and yellow, do I get orange? I think if you think about it, you'll know that I don't. So between red, between yellow, I put my orange thing. So I only have 1 color left, and I kind of only have 1 space left, so we can probably figure out where this goes. But if you needed help looking at my color wheel, I find green. Green is between yellow and blue. So I look for yellow and blue. My green thing goes in between. There we go. So that is kind of what my sad little found object color wheel looks like. If you have more time at home and are enjoying doing this, you could find more objects to put on your color wheel. So if I'm just gonna pull whatever's next to me. So if I have this object, where does this go on my color wheel? I think it's probably kind of a yellowish green, so I'd put it right here. If I have this container, this is red, so it would go here on my color wheel. So I could continue to fill out objects, and you would get something like one of the examples that I'm going to show you right now. Or if you're like, you know what, I'm good, I understand the color wheel, then you can be done. You could take a picture of your work if you have a phone, or if your mom and dad has a phone, or if you're in kindergarten or first grade and you have a tablet, you could take a picture of your work and email it to me. I'll put an email link on my website. But if that is like blowing your mind as to how to do that, because it's blowing my mind a little bit, not gonna lie, don't worry about taking a picture of it. Just if you can, take a picture of it, email it to me, and then I will see your work and look at it and think, oh wow, you guys did so great, I'm so happy. Okay, my friends. Okay, my friends, so there is one step left today. So if you have taken a picture of your work, your next step that I need you to do, it's part of your art class today. It's not an optional step. It is a mandatory, you must do this step, and that is to clean up your work. Right at the end of art class, when we have it in the art room, we spend the last like 10 minutes getting our room cleaned up and getting our things put away. So what I need for you to do is look at the objects that you have gotten out. Look at any other objects that you got out and didn't end up using, and I need you to put those things back where they came from. Don't just take all of your things and like shove them somewhere because you don't want to put them away. This is part of your class today. I need for you to gather up your things, put each one of them back where they came from. After that, this video will be over. That will be it. You're done with art class for today, my friends. Okay, guys, I just want to say, like, I miss you all so much. Miss you so much. I hope you're all doing really great, and even though art class is a little weird this year, I still love it. It's still great. Okay, guys, miss you.